Monday, the 11th of September, 2023.
Alright YouTube, so right now is A0 section of a new day, and the only trade I can see right now is Christian pound Canadian dollar, and here is how the trade look like on trading view. I will make it short, and I will keep you updating along the way. Right now it's more about focusing on executing and managing the trade. I will keep you throughout like the crucial update and not talking too much about analysis, because at the end of the day it doesn't matter how I analyze it. If I keep losing, it means shit. So I'm gonna keep you updating. Alright YouTube, so next update. Right now is London section, and I checked into another trade on the same pair, this A0 section. You see GBP CAD. Here is the two trade, how it look like on trading view. The first trade here and the second trade is right here. So I have been looking around for other opportunity on other pair, but most of them are already done. Like they move really aggressive. So that's it for now. I will keep you updating. Alright YouTube, so you can see that besides the two trade, I actually place another sell stop right at the region and targeting the same take profit and using the same stop loss. That trade given me around short a little bit more than 1 hour, but it is a very high probability trade based on breakout structure and the momentum. So yeah, that's what it is right now. I will keep you updating. Hello YouTube, so I just enter another trade on gold based on 4-hour perspective. This trade I am expecting that it's gonna take some time, probably at least 2 days to actually unfold. And this is a swing trade, and probably I can build up the position along the way until it hits the take profit. And here is the trade on GBP CAD so far. So this is how the trade look like on trading view. So here is a gold trade on trading view because it is 4-hour, so it's gonna take some time. And here's the trade on GBP CAD. I'm holding this trade until the target. So you can see that price trade down. Trigger my sell stop at this low right here, and the last trade is around 1.3R. So in Asia, I have the trade open right here. In London, I have the trade open at right at the top, and around pre-New York, I have another trade open as a betting order, and I will be waiting to see if it can actually hit my target. So let's see how the result eventually unfold. I'm gonna see you on the next update. Probably that is done for today.
Tuesday, 12th September, 2023.
Hello YouTube. So right now is A0 section of a new day, and I should play a sell order on USD CAD. The risk reward is about 1 to 2. And for this trade, my buyout today for USD CAD is bearish, and if price trade higher, I'm going to enter another position. Regarding about the trade yesterday, you can see that currently they are still opening. On GBP CAD, you can see that yesterday on New York section, price trade here, pretty close to my stop loss, and then it's straight down. And from what I am seeing, my target is still very possible to be hit. So I'm going to keep holding. I have no intention to add more into this position. For me, 3 trade is pretty enough. And regarding about the gold trade, so yesterday when price trade down, I have another trade open here, so you can see. So for gold, we have a two opening trade. The stop loss and the target remain the same. Just a different entry, and that's it. I'm not going to enter more trade in this pair. I'm going to see how price gonna develop, and probably I will scale in on the way up one last time before price really push to the upside. So far, everything is pretty much well blended, and I don't really feel anything. But the way I am trading is quite different than what you usually see. That's why I don't really try to explain every trade, but focus more on how I took the trade, how I manage the trade, how I manage myself when I am in drawdown, and keep executing. And hopefully, it can actually reflect something. Either you can learn my mistake, or either you can do better than me. So currently, we have the risk exposure is around 9,000, which is around 6R. And if everything go well, probably this week or next week I'm going, and the total potential rewards is 30K. That is the best scenario. Doing the thing, a lot of people watching me. If I say something, they're gonna use my one of the sad thing about the series that people usually take my data to go against proper. People take the way I copy trade, try to report me, try to have proper ban me, kind of stuff. It's very sad. But that doesn't stop me from doing what I believe is valuable and true to myself, and I don't really give a shit. Even I don't have a prop firm, I would just go back to trading like capital and slowly build up from there. But the way people react to the series, some people, not all of them, but some really try to hurt me. Even I didn't hurt them. I'm gonna keep you updating.
Hello YouTube. Hello YouTube. Today we are going to hike on this hill mountain. So I will keep you updating all the way from the bottom to the top of the mountain itself. It's gonna be a very interesting journey and a little dangerous as well. But yeah, let's do our best in trading and in living as well. So right now I am in drawdown and has losing trades, but during this moment, one of the key things as a trader is that we got to keep our life in balance, because I have been in drawdown like hundreds of times, and blowing out the account, losing the account, and I think less about myself every single day. And I always think like, unless I make some money, I would not allow myself to enjoy life. I would not allow myself to get out here and enjoy every single moment like this. But it's actually the opposite. If you want to succeed in life, in trading, you got to really bring yourself out, enjoy every single moment. And when we appreciate the small thing in life, when we can actually enjoy every single moment without a lot of material things, money kind of stuff. That moment we can actually detach ourselves from money, and that's when we can execute our trade flawlessly, and that's when we can actually grounded, balanced, and have the peace in our mind, even when we are in charge. So give yourself a chance to live, give yourself a day to enjoy life, and the last trade, never let it define who you are as a trader. You are better than that. We are better than that. Let's keep going.
So you can see that I shared into another trade on AUD USD. Instead of trying to sell USD CAD, I actually buy AUD USD based on what I see. Australia this month is very bullish, and DXY is on the way down. So if right now in London session I got a better pricing, I may consider buying another AUD pair. So from Monday until now, I don't have any trade closed yet, and there are some trade I'm holding for almost 2 days now, and I will keep holding and keep executing more orders if I saw the opportunity. So one of the things I want to say is that I will not do things differently because I am recording. Because when I am recording, and I used to be very afraid of what people gonna say about me, like how much I'm risking, how I'm trading, um, why I'm taking so many poor trades, why I do this, why I do that. But at the end of the day, it's me doing my thing. It's me taking the responsibility for my result. It's me gonna be suffer from my poor trading behavior and whatever. So at the end of the day, it's on me, and I can only do my best, and that is exactly what I'm going to do. So I will really remove all the stress and really focus on my performance and doing the thing that I think is right, not the things that I think people gonna like me. Because even I want you to like me, I want you to like me for being who I am. I don't want you to like me by being someone else, and that's matter a lot. I'm gonna see you on the next update. So far, very happy with how things going, but I will not try to execute more trade on a Canadian pair because I already have 4 trade opening on a Canadian pair. So I'm focusing on a different opportunity, and I will try to capitalize when I got a chance. I'm gonna see you on the next update. Hello YouTube. So I just placed another trade on CHF GPY, targeting around 122. Besides that, I also have a pending order right now on CHF GPY. In case price trade higher, I'm going to have a better entry as well. So probably that is a trade for now. Here is all the opening trade right now. I have a opening trade diverse in 5 trading pairs. 5 trades from yesterday, 3 trades from today. Let's see if I can actually get any trade close today. Probably that is it. I don't want to open more position to increase the risk exposure because there are 2 firms that are equity based. If I try to open more risk exposure, I actually have the risk of have the daily limit breach. That's the reason why for now I'm going to wait for some trade close before opening new trade. So that's it. I'm gonna update you after some trade close. See you on the next update. Hello YouTube. So I shared in the a new trade on USD and to be honest, I should not in the more trade as I told you in Asia. But the reason I allow myself to in the more trade on USD pair because I actually have three trade hit TB on GBP CAD. We got 12K. So 12K is AR. We risked 3R, we got 8R. So pretty happy with the trade, and that actually give me pretty much like a buffer to actually risk more on this particular day without worry that I may hit the daily limit or some shit. So very happy. I held that trade for like more than 24 hours, and it's just beautiful how the trade eventually unfold. Here you can see it took a lot of up and down, but I never really have any doubt that it's going to either hit my stop loss or either it's going to hit my TB. And finally, you can see that it hit TB for 3 trades. It allowed me to have a more room to breathe. And you can see right now, I should open a new trade on USD GBY. So the overall risk exposure right now is 10K, and the potential reward is around 31K. So that's it for now. I have a pretty much like enough trade for today. I probably will hold until New York and tomorrow as well. I will update you if anything change. So we have our first 3 wins for the week. Let's keep going. Hello YouTube. So I just placed a new trade on AUD USD. Because I got a little more confirmation on AUD USD. So this trade I actually targeting the same target, but I actually using more aggressive stop loss. So I also want to update on another 2 trade had been stopped out on gold here. So you can see that price trade down right into my stop loss. So I lost 1-2R. And here is how opening trades look like. So that's for New York session. I'm going to. So far, you can see that the trade copier is still working pretty well, and so far there's no problem at all. That's the reason why I didn't show you much about the trade copier. You can see open trade for all the account is the same, the P&L, everything, and I usually just compare the overall P&L in the end or in the middle of the video so that you can compare between firm and broker performance. And yeah, so far everything look pretty nice. I'm gonna see you on the next update. Hello YouTube, so you can see that I just play a new trade on USD GBY, and I also placed a pending order on this level as well with a higher risk reward, better entry. And I also want to update about the situation. I have another trade on USD GBY closed at 1R. After evaluating the trade, I decided to re-enter this trade again. One of the reasons, let me tell you why I actually took this trade again. My bias for the XY is pretty bearish, and the way markets open on Asia session and trade all the way up here. And for me, the average 2 range of this pair right now is around 131 pip. So based on the average true wherein the DXY analysis on higher time framing, the seasonal tendency, and the key level we are approaching, I decided to take the trade and plan another pending order here in case price shut up. I would have another trade open. Does that make sense? That is my quick analysis, and I found it reliable, and I took the trade. I don't think too much, to be honest. So currently, here is what we have right now: 6 trade opening, 1 pending order, and so far today we win. We TB 3 trade. We stop out 3 trade. So far we still up 5R. So the key for me right now is that I don't really fear to enter the market. If I found that trade is an opportunity and my analysis is still valid, I should take the trade. I don't feel pressure and I don't feel emotional like I used to be. If I win, I win. If I lose, I lose. At the end of the day, we analyze it, we execute, we get better, we collect the data, and we get even better, just like that. I'm gonna see you on the next update, and probably tomorrow. Now is New York session, and yeah. So far, still a good day.
Wednesday, 13 September 2023.
Alright, YouTube, so here is the update. So yesterday, after TB 3 trade, I lost 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 trade in a row. So yesterday closed as 3R positive. Now let's back to today. So today, here are besides the old trade yesterday, I opened another 3 trade. The first trade is AUDCHF right here. The second trade is Go. I buy Go again, and I'm using 4-hour perspective. And the next trade is NZDCHF right here. So I also have a 2 pending order on USDGBY, but didn't trigger. And I also have another pending order on AUDCHF. In case price trade lower, I am going to enter another trade because for me this pair today is high probability. So that is for today. Right now is Asia section. What I usually do is I usually place more trade in a pre-Asia, in a pre-London, or in pre-New York. And then I'm gonna manage the trade throughout the day or the week. So that's it for today. Gonna see you on the next section, next update.
Holy shit! Trader copier update.
Hello YouTube. So I want to update something. So recently I actually closed all my trade. Let me show you. So today's trade, I closed them all. So currently I am down almost 2R for today. So most of the trade actually doing okay, to be honest. Probably I will maybe in break even, but not really losing anything. But the reason I close all the trade, I'm gonna tell you why. So here I want to show you my FXify account. So the thing is, FXify actually just remind me that I need to use their account as master account if I want to copy trades between prop firm to prop firm. So obviously when I did research, FTMO, TFT, NFT, for the engineer, like all the prop firm that I am trading with, they don't have any issue with copy trading. As long as it's my account, then everything is just fine. But FXify, they have the rule that if I am copy trades from another prop firm account, then FXify need to be master account. And obviously there are some people actually try to use my video as reference to to talk with the firm. So That's the reason why I just try to make some adjustment. So here is a trade copier, and as you can see, previously I trade on 500k of for the engineer as my master account, but recently I created a new copier with the master account is like MXify 400k. From now on, you are going to see me trading on the 400k account. Alright, so YouTube, here is my FXify account 400k. Here you can see, here is the account history. So it used to be the Slay account. So on the Slay account, I don't actually use stop loss or TP. But if I turn this account into a master account, that means I'm going to use it with stop loss and TP because now it is master account. Now, here how the spread look like on FXify. So I'm going to place like a test trade because I want to make sure that the trade copier is going to work out smoothly without any problem. So probably I'm going to take like, let's say AeroGPY. I'm going to try to do, or I'm going to do one lot buy. Alright, so here is a trade copier. You can see that all the trade open 1111, and let's check on the open position. So what I'm going to see right here is that I want to check on the sizing. So you can see I place one lot on 400k account, TFT 400k account, one lot, correct. For the engineer 500k, so the lot size a lot like 25% bigger. On FTMO 200k, so half lot size. NFT. So far you can see that everything is working. So that's it. Probably ZD from now on my master account, and I will trade on that account, and I will keep you updating on the trade copier. Percent wise, the actually is the same. So they no different. We continue the series. We do our best to pass all the challenge. I'm gonna see you on the next update. So far, I don't have any trade open because I already closed all the trade. But I will do analysis again and I come back with new trade. Alright?
Holy shit! Don't use my video to complain with firms. Lem foul.
Hello YouTube. So this is a new trade on the new master account on AUDCAF. I just play a trade right here, and I place a bending order down here. In case price trade down, I'm going to have another trade trigger. So that's it for now. It's basically a swing trade, so it's gonna take some time to unfold. So that is the second trade. Shot on CAF, GPY, and besides that, I also have a sell limit right here in case price trade higher. Then it's gonna trigger. So for this trade, to be honest, they are like 500 pips in take profit and like more than 100, 200 pips in stop loss. So I'm gonna expect that it's gonna take some day. So I'm not going to roasting. And yeah, there's a different way of trading. A lot of way to trade as long as you are like not emotional and take things personally. To be honest, there are a lot of ways to trade. This is just one of my strategy, and yeah, that is not feeble retracement. That is poorly support resistant, buy when price oversold, and sell when price overbought. Really supported that. So we're gonna see you on the next update. That is shoot trade for now. I'm going to wait for CPI and see if I can actually grab some trade and stack more orders. Alright, I'm gonna see you later. So I got a new trade on AUD USD. CPI really moved so quick, so I missed the entry down here. But anyway, I have a buy limit if price trade down there. I got the second trade trigger. The same for AUD CHF. I have a buy limit right here, but because news release and spread, and it just didn't trigger. Quite bad. So right now we have a 3 opening tray and we have a 3 betting order. For the trade, the reason I am actually opening and stacking more than one trade per opportunity because they are actually swing trading and actually have a like few hundred pips in stop loss and few hundred pips in take profit. So it's gonna take me some time to hold, to manage the trade, and to keep building the position. Or yeah, it's a different way of trading, a little more slow, a little more boring. But I'm gonna keep you updating. It's gonna take more time, so probably I will not be able to release a video regularly. But it's not about the video, but it's more about the value and how we're gonna pass the challenge, right? So focus on what matter instead of trying to make the video stuff. Alright, so I'm gonna see you on the next update.
Hello again. So I am in the middle of nowhere, but it's beautiful, beautiful. I love this kind of moment where it's just me, myself, sometimes with people I love, and it's just simply fill my heart with joy, gratitude. And during the time when I had a lot of money, when I was 16, 17, 18, even when I got to 20, 22, the way I see life, it's just way different life right now because I didn't suffer much. I didn't lose anything. I achieved my dream in the younger age, and everything seemed to be empty. It feels weird when you had a lot of money, you feel empty. But now, even I didn't have a lot of money like that, but somehow I felt a lot of fulfillment in my life. This is the way I do YouTube. I don't think that it is possible without love and gratitude. I don't give a shit what you think, like what in my head in a agenda or some shit. I do what I believe. I speak from my heart because I know that what from the heart will come right straight to the heart, and that's the reason why I do this channel. And trust me, the nature, it always heals you. It doesn't give a shit who you are, how much money you have, how much money you lost, how many followers you have. It's very fair. It always gives us the same amount of air, freedom, and it's just beautiful. Get out, do something. I'm walking with my wife, and it just feels blessing. She's the love of my life, and we spend a lot of time together. You know, when we have her, like, when we keep repeating the same mistake and we keep blowing the account, we keep gambling our trading, losing the challenge kind of stuff. But when we got something to lose, we got a beautiful life to live, when we got a lot of things to be grateful for, when we got our why just bigger and bigger, that is the key. It actually pushed ourselves to be like more motivating, more inspiring. And when that kind of impulsive come up and you have so much in your heart, you have so much in your life that you want to keep, you have so much to lose, that's when you're gonna really push yourself to stop doing the thing that you don't want to stop doing the wrong thing that keep like killing your training performance. I am certainly not the best trader, but trading, I agree that it's gonna bring a lot of freedom into our life. It's gonna bring a lot of beautiful things into our life. That is what we heard, and that's how people sold things to us. But no one actually tell us that what kind of sacrifice trading require you to be successful. What kind of thing you might lose when you start trading and pursue trading as a career. And deep down my heart, I believe that when someone asks me what kind of advice that I want to give to the new trader, I know that you want to hear things like never give up, keep doing your thing, keep grinding, but because I lost a lot and I suffer a lot. Even right now I am happy with who I am, doesn't mean that I want to see everyone go through the same thing. That's the reason why I don't really encourage people around me to try trading. Actually don't. It's a very personal path. If you want it, go and you get it. Me giving advice doesn't mean shit. This career, it requires you to be a warrior. It requires you to be a really high performance sport and really knowing your shit well. So if you are not strong enough to make your own decision, you better to quit trading. That's the real thing. It's fucking difficult. So before you think that about the beautiful thing you may have, consider to protect yourself from losing a lot as well. And please, trading or not, let's keep living. I see you on the top.
He didn't make it to the top. He lied to your face. Don't be like him. Ha 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 ha.
Thursday, the 14th of September 2023.
Hello YouTube. Right now is Asia section of a new day, and there's something I want to update regarding about the way I trade. So recently I actually changed to swing trading and tried to trade on 4-hour chart and daily chart. And as you can see, because my risk is very small, I have a plan to actually stacking my order once the price trade against me. That means I'm going to have a better entry, better sizing. Unfortunately, it's okay to trade like that in live trading, personal trading, but in prop firm, I think there's some firm they're gonna mark your trading like that as martingale. And to be honest, I don't want to take the risk. So probably I need to make some adjustment to my strategy, which is a little bit more aggressive and focus on one trade for one pair as I usually did. Because the thing is, when I'm doing this, even I am trying to give values, if I trade like not really friendly with prop firm, there's some people gonna turn me in and try to get me banned or some shit. So probably I need to reorganize my trade and adjust my lot size and stuff. So what I'm going to do right now is, even I am in a profit, I'm going to close all my trade. That is something advised, to be honest. I'm in a profit right now. So I'm going to close all my trades so that I can actually re-enter my trade with the new sizing, because I'm going to change my stop loss and I'm going to change something. Alright. This is the first trade. Actually, the same trade, but I re-entry with a little tighter stop loss, more short-term play, and shorter TB as well. So this is the second trade on AUD USD, and here is how it looked like on TradingView. Yeah, still the same trade yesterday, but I reorganize it with a new stop loss and new TP, because you know it is very crucial to actually know the prop firm, know their rules, and try to like develop a strategy or modify your strategy so it doesn't look like you're breaking some shit. One of the reasons that a lot of people get banned, I think, because if you are trading 1 minute chart with really huge loss size, that's high risk trading. If you are trading like adding to a losing position but your loss size is getting bigger, it's gonna make things look like martingale, and prop firm, they have a tendency to mark you as a gambler and you're trying to gambling and going big or go home, things like that. Or if you are trading like 100 trades a day, then probably you will be marked at high frequency trading. And if you're hedging between your own account, hedging between firms, then that is something that can be get banned too. So understand the rule, reading the website, reading in Discord, reading on Twitter, reading all the way, and try to really go with the flow, know the rule, play within the rule, and try to win the game. I think that's what really matters. If if somehow your strategy you find out that it's not really suitable for trading with prop firms, then probably you should not, to be honest, because there's a lot of factors to consider, and instead of complain about certain prop firm, I usually just find my way to fit in. Let's say a prop firm with high slippage, then probably you may try to swing trading. It's better. If a prop firm doesn't allow you to trade news, then probably you will be forced to day trade or focus on London section more instead of New York section, or focus on New York PM section more instead of New York AM section. So there are a lot of things to actually customize route and play it safe and just trade well, to be honest. The things are very overlooked, and usually people just buy the account, trade, and yeah, just do their thing. They don't really read the contracts, they don't really read the F and Q, they don't really like try to do their research. Even me, when I did research, there's something that I still miss, and when I find that out, usually I will try to adapt and really try to work with the firm instead of complaining, because at the end of the day, this should be a win-win situation for both of us, a trader and prop firm. Other we just move on and we trade our live capital. At the end of the day, when we got enough payout, probably stacking our personal account will be another beautiful option, because in your personal account you literally can trade any style you want. Like Darwin Euro, you can also trade any style you want and no limitation. But sometimes limitation and rules are actually there to actually make us a better trader. So we adapt, we trade our best. I'm gonna see you on the next update. So that is 2 trade for now. I'm going to update you once I have more trade. See you. Hello YouTube. So I should enter another trade on Euro AUD. You can see right here. And so basically support, resistance, daily buyers. So daily buyers is bearish. So I'm actually looking for a support to sell from, to a resistance to sell from, and target the next support. Simple stuff, huh? So I'm gonna see you on so here we are, another trade on Christian Pound Canadian. Here is how it looked like on trading view. The stop loss cover previous high and the target down here. So for the Asia section, I have got around 4 trade open on 4 different pairs. Another trade on USD CAD right here, live market condition on trading view. This trade, the risk reward is not very huge, but I don't really care to risk reward now. I am actually practicing a little different theory, different way of thinking, and I will tell you later. But yeah, that is next trade on USD CAD. So far we have a 5 trade open, and I think that's it. I'm not going to open any more trade in Asia section. I'm going to see how the trade unfold in London, and probably I may have more trade or less, depend on the way market unfold. But I'm not going to do anything now, and that's done for Asia section. I'm gonna see you on the next update. 5 trade, 5 pair. Alright. So far on this master account of 400k, I am risking 1,200 per trade. For 5 trade, that means 6,000, and the potential reward is 14k. Alright. That means I'm risking around euro 1.5% in total risk exposure. See you on the next update. Alright YouTube, so I should enter another trade on NZD CHF, and the target is very sharp, just up here, 121. And probably I'm going to close the trade on CHF GBY right here. It is a little in negative, but after evaluating the trade, here is how it looks on trading view. After evaluating the trade, I still think that it can actually go a little bit down, but I don't see the potential to actually go really low, and yeah, I just don't see potential, and I'm gonna collapse the trade. So that's it for now. We are going to have a PPI. We are going to have some red new folder, and I think I'm going to hold all the trade, and potentially I'm going to look for new entry if I see any kind of opportunity as well. So one trick so far here, how it looked for today, a little positive but not much, but we are in 3R net floating profit, and I'm gonna keep you updating. I will let you know after I have any new position, but because news is gonna be a little aggressive, so probably I'm going to try my best to keep you updating, because if news moving too quick, probably I will open the trade before I record it. So see you on the next update.
Friendly reminder, don't use my video against firms or I slap you.
So you can see that the new release and one of my buy limits on NED USD is actually triggered. Let's see how it's gonna unfold. The stop loss is right here. The take profit is right here. So for the execution is good for me. I don't mind like 1 or 2 pips slippage in news. But yeah, so far today how the trade unfold, and yeah, I'm gonna keep you updating. Probably I'm gonna let things run a little bit. Since I trade 1 hour and 4 hour, I don't really fear the news. If you're trading like 1 minute, or if you're trading 5 minutes, intraday trading and intraday scalping, during the news, it is very crucial to be aware of your position, because highly likely that you're gonna get some huge slippage, especially if you are trading pair like US30, gold, or CHF or NZD pair. The pair that usually have a slippage. That's the reason why if you're trading like scalping, it's better to trade major pair like EU. For me, EU is one of the most stable pair in my own experiences. But yeah, it is super important to know your strategy, know your trading style, and adapt to the market condition. So here I want to show you the trading the trade copier. So far you can see everything is pretty nice, and so far no problem at all. So here you can see the trade copier logs, and currently my new master account is Xify to obey the rules. So you can see NZD USD trigger buy limit and ZE. So you can see that's the trade execution of Trader Connect, the trade copier. It is very fast. It all the same time for all the execution to all of my trading account. And from the ticket ID, you can actually compare it with my trading account. Here you can see the trade number here. It actually matched with my trade copier because this one is a master account. So I'm gonna update you on current situation. So here is the trade on GBP CAD, very close to TP. USD CAD look like price really reversed. No problem. I will evaluate the situation. This trade I already closed. Euro AUD so far very close to my TP as well. AUD USD so far a little drawdown. NZD CHF, wow, very close to my oh, it actually stopped it out. Wow, it actually stopped me out. Wow. So I lost one trade right here. Oh shit. So obviously there's some slippage. Let me zoom in and see. So for this trade, you can see my stop loss is actually Euro 0.5282. You see that? But my final close price is actually this. So I got slippage for almost 15 pips, and I lost 2R instead of 1R. Wow, that is huge, to be honest. That is huge. Wow, that is huge. So I want you to look at it. So FXify, you can see that the NZD-CHF, it closed at slippage, 15 pips. And by the time it closed, the closing order request sent to all of other platform account. And you can see that all other platform actually match the close price. But FXify, when it lost me 2R, but all other account actually very small loss. And you can see TFT the same 400k, but it lost only 400. So there's some really quite unfortunate things for FXify for the slippage. So this is something I have to note that because this slippage is quite worrying. You can see. So that is something I think that this is why I do this series to show you the reality of trading. Sometimes you got slippage, and I know that during this situation, as a trader, we are not happy with the result. We feel like we lost more than we should. We feel like the broker, the platform should take the responsibility, but that is why we need to manage risk. That is why we need to trade and avoid the news if you are trading low time framing. You can see that for me trading 4 hours and I still got slipped. Can you imagine you are trading that pair, and if you're trading for 1 minute, 5 minutes, you're gonna blow out. So that is what I mean by knowing your platform, knowing your broker, and try to find a way to trade so that you don't lose everything in one news. This is not just the problem of some platform, some broker, but unregulated personal brokers. They can actually manipulate things as well, and you never know anything. The only thing you can know for sure is that you spend your money, you take the experiences, you know the game, you know the rule, you know what may happen if you trade that pair at news as a broker, so the next time you don't do it again. And it's just how I survive. And I know that we all want just that. We all want to do shit and calling name, but we check the risk. As a trader, we always check the risk. Sometimes the odds maybe feel like it's off, but it's just my thing. I don't complain. I find a way to win the game anyway. I optimize my edge, and I will pass anyway. So let me be honest with you. If I got this kind of slippage for like one or two more times, then probably I will have to create a broker account and make it a master account something. It feels a little dangerous for sure. Now that is the first time I got slipped with FXFI. I used to get slipped with ACAP. I used to get slipped with other brokers sometime, but City Hills, I'm gonna give you that. I'm not going to say that they not the broker for I'm not doing any emotion stuff. I'm here to share you my journey, and I'm gonna say things that just as real as what you just saw with your eye. And yeah, so I'm gonna notice that issue, and if I face it again in the future, then probably I will let you know, and I will find the solution. But so far, I will keep trading on that account at my master account. So I think that's quite long already. I'm gonna keep you updating after any next update. So that is the news, and there is a lot of things to suck in. But yeah, we got to slip it, and every account is fine. See you on the next update. Hello YouTube. So I just actually closed all the trade. One trade hit TP on Euro AUD. For other trade, I close manually. UD cat I close right here. CHFGBY already closed. So here is the daily P&L, and I want to show you the trade copier. So here is a trade copier. So I want you to look at the daily P&L. So today I use a master account is FXFI, right here, and you can see the daily P&L right now is 5,700. Now if we look at the same side 400k account, TFT, it actually closed at 7,500. So that is the problem of the slip that you saw earlier. Now let's look at the 200k account. You can see here on Verdict Next actually pretty similar P&L. FTMO similar P&L. So that is the thing. Today's the only bad performance actually FXFI. In the end of this video, I'm going to do a quickly recap, and I'm probably going to show you the percent again. So you can actually see that my for the FX and FT usually have the problem of execution, and it's poorly based on think market. But during the news, you can see that FXFI actually has slippage of 15 pips, but at FGH and my FX using think market, it actually performed well. So what does that mean? Does that mean in normal trading condition, FXFI, their broker actually outperform think market, but during the news, from our experiences today, we can see that it actually not really a good broker when it comes to news trading. So that is something I had to put in my mind the next time I hold trade or try to enter the trade during the news on FXFI. I think the trade that got closed is not actually open during the news, but it actually opened before the news. But during the news, it actually closed with slippage, pretty huge. So this is what I mean by different trading condition in different broker, different firm. If we complain about think market, and now we complain about FXFIs, and probably if you saw my FTMO documentary, FTMO actually has a problem as well. And if we complain about every single broker, every single prop firm, then where we are going to trade, to be honest. Even on a regulated broker, you still get slippage here and there. You still get different type of issue, and that is what I mean by the uncertainty of trading. And the more you face a thing, the more you see it, the better experiences and the better knowledge you have to actually repair yourself, so that you know how to deal with each problem in a way that you can protect yourself during this kind of uncertainty environment. So that's what all I can say. For the next, I heard the rumor that they have a very much like Hugh Slippet in their live funded phase, but because we are not there yet, so I need to see it with my own eye. I need the data to actually see like what it's like. I don't actually speak based on something I see. I more like speak from what I actually experiences like today. And that's why I think that if you use the data from my video, you actually have a more understanding in how to approach trading profit, trading like capital, trading regulated broker, whatever, in a way that you can always be aware that something may happen and you don't get pissed off about it, to be honest. But if you use my data, my video to go against firm, then I just want to slap you to the face. Because that is shitty. That is quite a shitty perspective. And I don't really want any person with that kind of perspective to continue watching me. Because, yeah, I just don't like it at all. So I'm gonna see you on the next update.
Friday, the 15th of September, 2023.
Hello YouTube. So we just have two trade placed on in Asia section, CHF GBY and USD GBY, and probably that is the only two trade for the whole day. I think now is Friday, so we don't have much time to hold the trade, and most of the trade on Euro, GBP, Canadian pair, they have been moving like massively yesterday. So probably today I don't think that I can actually find any opportunity in the pair. So I will check my chance in a GBY pair, and probably that's it. I'm gonna see you on the next update. Hello YouTube. So a quick update. So you can see that today we have one of the trade stop it out right here, stop loss here, stop it out with one pip slippage. That's fine for me. So after reevaluate the trade, I decided to enter the same trades again, and the new trade will be around this region, stop loss about this wick, and the same target. The reason that I re-entry, because for me USD index is still bearish for the day, and Ian, I don't think that it can actually, in pairs, I don't think they actually can go higher. And just basically when my analyzer is still the same, I don't have a problem to re-enter the trade. So that's it. I'm going to just keep holding until London, New York, whatever. So for today, I'm gonna say that I'm gonna focus on yen pairs. I don't have any intention to go for Euro, GBP, or any other pair. Alright. If this trade got stopped out, probably maybe that I will stop for today and close the week. So gonna see you on London or New York. When you know what you are looking for, when you know that you have a plan and you trust that plan, you just execute and you let the market move and do its thing. And to be honest, it feels a lot easier that way comparing to, like, let's say for me in the past, when I see something like this, fry with me out, and I was having lunch, and then I will say things like, damn it, probably I should have like have a betting order up here, and then I will re-entry at a higher price. Now price go down back to my original entry for me. I should have do this, I should have do that. But that mentality, to be honest, it make me suffer, it make me confused in my trading, and I'm tired of being a follower of the price, a follower of the market, trying to what if. So I win or I lost. I don't let the P&L actually get into my head, because I know that with a balanced mind, with the peace in my soul, sooner or later I'm gonna get the loss back, or even much more. So I'm gonna see you on the next update. Hello YouTube. So I'm gonna update the situation on Friday. So as you already see, I had a trade on USD It gets stopped at L right here. I re-entries again. Stop loss up here. Cover this wick and take profit down here. And I got stopped at L again. The second time I got stopped at L, it confirmed that my bias was wrong. So I closed my trade on CAF GBY before it actually hit my stop loss as well. So here is the final result. I was down around 2.5 or something. Yeah. So here is how the week looked like. I was starting pretty strong, but then I got to losing streak, and eventually some slippage. And here is how it looked. Close the week for around more than 3 hours for my master account. Let's go to the copier. So here is a trade copier, and you can see that so far right now the P&L is around 2 to 3%. It has been 3 weeks already, but like I say, I'm not going to force things. I'm going to take my time. I'm going to trade my way. I'm going to do what is right for my performance instead of making up something that's not who I am. And so far, let me show you the percent gain after this week. So here you can see that after 58 trade right now, currently this week the master account is FXify, and after 3 weeks and more than 50 trade, you can see that the next is actually performing really well with TFT. But there is something that I have been noticing, which is the next actually give you like a really good trading environment. I think it's like a perfect environment for phase 1 and phase 2. But on funding phase, probably they will move you to a different condition for sure, because in live trading, the slippage is something that always available. It doesn't matter what broker you trade, slippage is a normal thing in trading. So I heard a lot of rumor about the next having like slippage during live at that phase. So it will be very interesting if I can actually see it for myself and show you that as well. But that only happen if I can actually pass phase 1 and phase 2. So FXify is actually in the top tier as well. But this week we actually got pretty, like for me it's pretty big slippage on NZD CAF. So instead of having similar percent gain like FTMO right now, FXify is a little bit down behind. Pink market so far performing similarly. We actually saw Pink market is actually underperforming under phase 1, and I am expecting the same in phase 2. But we may have to like wait until the funding phase until we can actually like have a really deep understanding of how they are going to perform compared to other firms. because phase one is not nothing warranty yet. But from what you are seeing, you can actually see that in all of the trading environment, Darwin Next is actually Darwin Next Euro has the same trading saver to their live trading environment, and you can see they are around 0.5. But if I calculate the same size, because I use smaller trading size for Darwin Next, but if I calculate the same sizing with Darwin Next, then we have a 2.6 at the percent gain. So that is actually what you should expect, because Darwin Next is actually a live trading environment, and all of this percent gain right here is on phase one. So anything below Darwin Next, I'm gonna say it is below average. And what is above, then I'm gonna say it is above average. And as you can see right now, for the next, TFT, FTMO, and for the engineer are so far performing in phase one above average. That is phase one. I say it again, that is phase one. And things may change in phase two or for the phase. But so far you can see that FXify, MyFX FX, and NFT are underperforming and below average in phase one. So let's say you want to try FedEx Next. I don't know about FedEx phase because I have not been funded with FedEx Next. But you can see obviously it is easier to pass FedEx Next challenge compared to other firm, and this review is based on poorly phase one and phase two experiences, and you can see that FXify actually was performing well the last 2 weeks, but obviously on major pair maybe it's doing well, but on other pair, explosive pair, when high impact news happen, they actually have quite bigger slippage compared to other broker, and this is something I had to note that as well. And so far FTMO it was very stable overall. It's the same with bubble trading. So for me right now, bubble trading and FTMO is what I like the most. So this is how I see things based on phase one and phase two perspective. And probably I may have a different opinion on FedEx phase. If you actually understand what I just say, probably you will have because thing market, even they don't really have the best performing, but somehow their slippage during news actually good and better than some other broker. And with the kind of information, what does that mean? That means let's say you are trading with FXify, then probably during high impact news you don't want to risk big. You don't want to get really close to the daily loss limit. Otherwise, the chance you are gonna get slippage and lose your account is huge. If you are trading swing trading, I think the market is just fine. Let me show you something. Alright, YouTube, so here I want to show you something. This right here is on the left side is Scale Funded Trader, on the right side is FTMO. And this data is based on the 14th of September. And you can see that all these trades, they're actually the same. Same trade, same take profit, same stop loss, same entry, same closing price, because they are based on the trade copier. And I only copy my old trade from another prop firm to another prop firm. And you can see that in this particular day, NFT actually very similar performance based on what you see right here. FTMO and Tin Market, they are actually performing chart very closely the same. Does that make sense? And this is what I mean by if you see right here, they're actually similar to the pip. And this is what I mean by comparing between data, between trades, instead of just hearing other people talking and say shit. So obviously there will be some time when we got slippage, because overall after a larger sample size, we can obviously see that FTMO actually performing better than Think Market. But if from the similar performances, you can actually see that they're not very different. FTMO is still better, but having a little snippet here and there, it doesn't mean that you cannot pass skill finder trader. Here's another data based on the trade of 13 September, and you can see that FTMO is actually the same with skill funded trader, think market as well. And here we are comparing the whole week, and you can see that FTMO and skill funded trader the same P&L. See that? Here is the last week, and you can see that FTMO negative around 8,000, but skill funded trader negative a little bit more. So 3 weeks. So that means if you comparing this week, skill funded trader, think market actually performing the same with FTMO. But if you compare the last week, then you're gonna see a little different in the P&L, and you are seeing that that is the reason why I say that the sample size is really matter. When we have enough sample size, we can see that FTMO is more optimized environment compared to skill funded trader. But we got to understand that skill funded trader is very new platform, and FTMO has been here for so long. So that is something we have in mind as well. And here you can see if I comparing the whole September of Think Market and the whole September of FTMO, for me, there is actually no excuse for a trader to actually fail a challenge, because you can see that they're not much different. It's the same trade, but just a very little different in the P&L. You see that? So here's a P&L of my account starting the challenge until now. You can see that I got a really strong start, but then I got into losing streak of poor trades. This was all my fault, and you can see it slowly taking better trades and slowly going up. And so far, still in drawdown, but hanging around and just loving what I'm doing. So far, here is how it looked on the daily P&L. So you can see the first 3 days it just killing it, and then I got to losing streak, and then slowly coming back. So it taken me probably almost 1 month already, and I'm still at phase 1, but I have no intention to rush things. I hope that throughout the video you actually see more of the values, the real things, and I will do my best to keep the next episode coming. I know that the longer it takes, the less viewer gonna stay, but I'm gonna just do my best. I started this and I want to keep it as long as possible until I make it, or even I don't make it, I still try to keep you updated, because for me this series it has so much more value than just passing challenge or not. I'm gonna see you on the next update, another episode, another week of hard work. And just a heads up that probably in October things gonna be a little more slow, because when I travel, I don't think I am going to take a lot of trade. Maybe I will try, but it's just a different story, and maybe I will not be able to post like on quickly basic. I will try, but I want to give values, but doesn't mean that I will give up my life. I will not give up my traveling experience as well, because this is about to be one of the best time of my year. So I'm not going to let anything get in the way, but hopefully I can balance both of things and bring you with me in the journey like I always did. And I'm gonna see you on the next update. Thank you.